Paranormal Punches is part of the Podbelly Network. Go to podbelly.com for more great podcasts.
Hey, y'all. This is Frank the Bigfoot, and you're listening to the Paranormal Punchers.
Hey, friends. Welcome to another episode of Paranormal Punchers. I'm Mark.
I'm Alicia.
I'm Nash.
I'm Dave.
And on this episode, as requested by Kevin J., who made a comment in our Facebook group, he had posted about this cryptid, and he said, now, I'm not saying there should be an episode about it, but, ... Followed by Paul, who said, can this be the first episode after the Halloween special? Well, guess what, guys? We're going to talk about the Bonnacon.
What did you say?
The Bonnacon.
Was that a festival you were talking about? The Bonnacon?
I think I ran into you there.
Wow.
The Bonnacon, a crazy cryptid from the medieval times.
Or earlier.
Or earlier. And on the second half of the show, we got some listener feedback, a scary listener paranormal experience, and some other shenanigans. So anybody listening, whatever is about to happen,
Parental advisory?
I already said, Kevin J. and Paul are the ones that you can blame in the Facebook group,
Right.
For requesting the Bonnacon.
And this could have some potty discussion. You know, just I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Who knows where this is going to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, could be crazy.
All the way to Bonnacon.
God. All right. So the Bonnacon, also known as bonasus or
What?
What?
Bonasos.
Bonasus
Bonasos?
or bonacho.
Oh, for the Spanish folk.
Whoa.
Okay, is a legendary bull creature from medieval times and even
Bonachos.
earlier.
There's no way a medieval creature they named it bonacho.
Well, it's probably dependent on which area this
Right.
is coming from.
And that
Okay.
could be
Because
Italian.
Spain was close.
Well, no, but that could be Italian.
Yeah.
That could be Italian.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Yeah.
a lot of this
Portugal?
came from Rome, so...
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, and they might have bonachos there.
Okay.
What are they topped with?
I hope not.
Well, we'll talk about the end result of that here shortly.
I haven't even finished the sentence, guys. From medieval times and even earlier,
The restaurant?
with a unique and smelly defense mechanism that has earned it as being the laughing stock of medieval bestiary.
Bestiary.
Well, it's B-E-S-T. So I would
Isn't
say
it bestiary? Isn't it bestiary?
there's not an A, so I wouldn't say beast. I would say
Okay. I
bestiary.
could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong.
Okay.
Bestiary.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Bestiary, because it's B-E-S-T.
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know.
Unless
I don't know.
No, hey, you know
I think
what?
you're
But
right. I
would
think
agree
you're
with-
right.
I would
Okay.
agree
right.
with
I
Liz.
think we
compromise.
probably should let her continue.
I think so
before
too.
we all get a whooping.
Yeah, we're already getting stares.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Bonnacon is a bull creature that has inward curving horns and a mane that looks similar to a horse's. Its fur was usually described as a reddish-brown or a black. And because its horns are inward-facing and basically useless for self-defense from hunters, the Bonnacon would expel large amounts of burning or corrosive poop from its anus at its pursuers.
Like explosive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burning them and thereby ensuring its escape.
Yep. Some animals have, fangs and venom. Some animals lose a limb or can be cut in half.
Well, I mean,
This one just
yeah.
expels poop.
I have some other animals that actually do.
Burning poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, burning
It'll
poop.
burn you.
Because was
Yeah.
it? Because it's not just like if they're being chased. Because that
It's
was
nacho-like?
well, that would be the beginning of it. In my case, that would be But anyway, we're digressing. But sometimes when they expel the poop, when he shoots it out, it could go far, like super far.
Yep. So I do have another description, and this is all in quotes.
Yeah,
okay?
don't jump ahead, Nash.
Yeah.
I just like.
I'll get there.
I'm just wondering because it has more like ram horns because the horns on the ram they kind of turn in. So even though it says it's
but
not,
that could still be used in defensively.
Right.
That's
Correct.
a ram's butting head. So I don't know
Correct.
why the horns.
No. The difference is on a ram, the horns still jut out
Yeah.
and then curve back. These
Yeah.
they go straight back.
oh,
There's like literally unless
like you're slicking back your hair in the
Right.
50s.
unless you're coming in straight on the top, these horns give no value
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Got you. So they're protected from like anvils falling from the sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I have.
How long you been waiting to try an anvil joke?
I just thought of it. But I was thinking that the horns would protect.
Stairs.
Anyway.
So I have a few quotes from some of these books or whatever. And I am going to read them in full because I just love the way that they word everything. Okay. So I'm probably going to say things over and over again, but it's just in a different way. So just to let you guys know.
Right.
Just like an interviewer.
So another description that I found. The Bonnacon's curved horns are not effective for defending itself against hunters. So instead, it shoots a stream of potent dung that can burn anything in its path. In manuscripts, the attacking hunters are depicted either with full armor or just spears and shields to defend themselves from the robust excrement.
Robust excrement.
I wonder. I would love. I don't want to say I would love to see this happen, but I would be very interested to see if it's like cone shaped. Is it like because when you're using your hose on your garden, you have the different settings on how to spray it. It could be like flat, cone. You have all these different settings, and I'm wondering if it can manage the spray. How effective is that tookie? Could it like spray it in a big flat thing?
Hey, Kevin J., how you liking this so far?
Yeah.
Are you sure about this?
Or can it like just like if it's got one attacker instead of wasting all that fiery jalapeno
You think it can
poop,
control when if there's only like one or two hunters,
Just
it's just
spray.
like quick. Okay.
like a skunk can really like hit a pinpoint when it does its spray. So I'm wondering if this guy can have like, okay, well, there's only
You
one
wonder
guy.
if the Bonnacon could dial it in.
Right.
Like he looks behind him, there's a whole army. He just goes click, click, click
Yeah.
to the wide
to the wide flat spray.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We made Alicia laugh.
Yeah. Do you have more quotes? Because there are quotes that cover this.
I do.
We have so
I'm
much
sorry.
more on the Bonnacon.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to go through all my notes
It's hard
here.
to process.
I know.
What's going on right now.
In the book, On Marvelous Things Heard, there are a few more details written about it. And this is in quotes as well. Each of these, and then in parentheses, i.e. the horns, holds more than 3 pints.
3 pints.
Yeah.
3 pints.
A
3
beer.
pints. I'm assuming.
Of poop? No, each
it's
each
the
horn.
Yeah.
Each horn
holds
holds 48 ounces of what?
Whatever you want to put in it.
It says 3 pints, so I
Like
don't know.
like maybe propellant or something
Yeah.
like that, or liquid that it could maybe drain. Maybe that's the reserve for liquid that it could
Well,
to push. I don't know.
I think they mean after you do kill one
Yeah.
and
You
you
can fill
take
it.
the horns, you could drink out of the horns.
So are you?
So
wait a
it's
minute.
crowler and a half.
So are you saying that the horns, like the Viking horn mugs, that the big giant horns
Right.
that we drink from, are not ram horns? That they're Bonnacon horns?
Maybe.
No one ever said that.
Right.
Right. When
But
you said we, like
We,
you have.
the editorial we, the royal we.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying because I would love to get a Viking horn so I can drink from it, have a beer from it. But yeah, but is that a Viking? Is that a Bonnacon horn? And did it once hold propellant to shoot goo from the anus of a Bonnacon?
I don't think so because the horns are, again, the way they're curved are very, like, what you see in the typical Viking horns would be more defensive or offensive.
Okay. All right.
This is neither.
This is neither. This is poop related.
This is like having extra long fingernails. Like, what's it going to do for you?
Well, if it holds a bunch of water, it's more like a tank on a toilet.
Okay,
right?
then.
Right? Because it's filled with fluid.
Alicia, was there any more to that quote?
There was.
Oh, you
sorry.
should probably tell us.
Anyway.
So when the hide is skinned, it covers the space of 8 couches.
What?
Yeah. And it's
Oh, wait. That's a monstrously
I know.
huge amount.
and its flesh is sweet.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So the only question
8
I have with
couches.
that quote is, these things are from long ago.
So
How did they know what a couch was?
so here's the
Point.
thing.
You call BS on that?
I like your
Yeah.
point. That's solid.
On Marvelous Things Heard, I feel like it was written more recently.
Okay.
8
So I don't
couches.
know if they were just like they might have been
That creature.
Modernizing the.
yeah.
That creature would have had to
Pliny
been like.
the Elder was talking about the couches, and
Right.
were they love seats or couches?
Right.
Oh, so-
Sectionals.
Let's assume that they're love seats because everything's gotten bigger throughout time. So I'm a little like a small couch that would be in like a, I don't know, somebody's sitting room.
Right.
If it was 8,
Which would be just like a chair for you.
yeah, really, it would be like a 2-seater.
Got it.
Yeah. For me, with Anyway, so I'm thinking that if it was 8 couches, that creature would need to be like
They're saying
40
it,
feet tall.
Well, I think
No.
that's what she's trying to describe, that it's a huge creature.
Yeah.
But we
Right.
keep interrupting her.
It would be
know.
monstrous. It wouldn't just be
this
huge.
is what happens when
Right.
somebody drinks a whole cup of the beer from Moodok today.
Right.
That's 10%, 10.5%.
Yep.
Anyway,
What? Who did that? Which one of you?
yeah.
I'm guilty.
So apparently,
That's like 10 feet around per 8. That's a huge amount of.
yeah,
That's a lot. That's a lot.
it's a big animal. So
It would have to be as big as this. It would have to be as tall as this room.
Help?
yeah.
Do you need help, Alicia?
Apparently, this work also states that the poop only burns when the creature is disturbed.
Right.
Well, I don't know how to help you out of that one. 'cause
Well, I'm
we're
gonna agree with you on that
We're
one.
going to talk about poop now.
Because I got to tell you, because every once in a while I get disturbed and it burns.
So the Bonnacon can decide if it's going to be fiery.
Yeah, so I think
I
when
don't
it
think it
poops
decides.
normally, it's fine.
Yeah.
But when it's scared,
attacked.
yeah, then it's fiery.
I don't
maybe
think
it
it's a
can
decision.
dial in.
It's not a decision. It's just a,
Like an adrenaline.
if
thing.
it's got adrenaline in its system,
Maybe that's where it dumps
That's
in
the
the propellant from the horns.
that's the afterburners.
Is like the acid that gets added to it. So there's got to be a long like tube that goes from the horns down to the butt,
Right.
So that it gets mixed in when it gets sprayed. It's got to have a really strong, focused like.
So the more I think about what Lish was actually saying there.
Oh,
it's
she got
not-
to say something?
It's not that the horns actually have accelerant in them or any kind of thing in them. It's that, after it's dead, you can use it. That's how big the horns are.
I got
Yeah.
you. I got you.
They're not like a holding tank.
I see. That's what I was thinking, like holding tank. Because for it to be able to poop and be like, oh, well, I just have to go drop one and be normal, and then be like, oh, no, I'm being chased, and then the fiery stuff comes out at the projectile, volume and the whole 9 yards and intensity. That would be from a different stomach. That'd be that's a whole different thing. Keep going, Lisha. I want to find out more.
Okay.
How you like how I did that?
No,
So-
she probably didn't like how you did that.
Stop listening, actually. The first description of the Bonnacon comes from Pliny the Elder's
Great
Natural History, published in AD 77 or around that time.
Right.
They're not exactly sure on the date, but it was basically around that time. Natural history was basically an encyclopedia for that time and is what modern day encyclopedias were modeled after. It describes, mathematics, astronomy, botany, zoology, and a whole lot more.
All
That
the
I-
ologies.
Yes, all of the ologies. I do have a quote specifically from that book.
Statistical extrapolation.
Yes.
You're not supposed to say it, Dave.
Yeah.
We got to bring it to
There
it.
are reports of a wild animal in Paeonia, which is
North Greece,
It was- yeah, it was-
Macedonia, Western
You stole
Bulgaria.
Dave's Science Corner.
Oh my gosh!
Mark Science Corner.
I'm sorry. It was called the bonasus, which has the mane of a horse, but in all other respects resembles a bull. Its horns are curved back in such a manner as to be of no use for fighting, and it is said that because of it saves itself by running away, meanwhile emitting a trail of dung that sometimes covers a distance of as much as 3 furlongs.
Eddie Furlongs?
No.
No.
Sad
Contact
day.
with which scorches pursuers like a sort of fire.
Okay, Dave Science Corner.
Yes,
Anybody get
do it.
How long a furlong?
Do it.
Furlong
Dave
is-
Science.
How long?
I
how
did
long
look
is
it up.
How long is
Okay,
a furlong?
go ahead.
A furlong is 1/8 of a mile, or approximately 660 feet, or 220 yards. Otherwise, if you're in the metric system, 604 meters.
Okay. Well, nobody's in the metric system, so
So
whatever.
an eighth of a mile is not a small amount.
No.
It's 2 football fields.
I thought I read that I could shoot it like much farther than that.
Well, that's
I
the
have
next quote.
6
Hold
foot. Oh, still Dave Science?
I found a different
yeah.
thing too, so I don't know.
Oh,
That's the,
No.
Dave Science
Well,
is not accurate.
A 1 furlong is that. 3 furlongs would be multiplied by 3.
Okay, so
That's
600. Okay.
A furlong is
660.
2 football fields. So multiply it by 3. That's 6 football
Yeah.
fields.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that's
there
what
you
I
go.
had.
3/8 of a mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nice job, Dave.
I know.
Dave Science Corner.
Wait till the next one.
Science Corner.
I'm going to steal the next one.
Okay.
No.
So, because of the popularity of natural history, that book, the Bonnacon was included in medieval bestiaries. Now, bestiaries are compendiums of beasts, so like dragons but horses and like just normal animals, but yeah, dragons and stuff like that.
Dragons and horses and normal animals.
To interrupt quickly.
Go.
With this, you say normal animals, but I've seen this listed as in those bestiaries. These are listed as legendary animals.
Okay.
Oh,
there's
they'd be
normal
purple.
animals and there's legendary animals.
Okay.
They wouldn't be blue. They'd be purple.
Right.
Okay.
Nerd reference right there.
So-
You sure it's not pronounced bestiary? Because we're talking about beasts.
I know, but
I know.
the way it's spelled, and I looked it
Dave?
up.
I agree with Lish on this. I don't know for sure. I honestly don't have an answer, but I would agree that it's bestiary.
That doesn't make any sense, though.
I know. I'm with Nash.
That is the
Look it up.
When in history has the English language made sense?
No.
True story.
Anyway, so
Good point. Good point.
bestiaries generally ascribe a moral or scriptural lesson to the descriptions of the animals, except for the
I was going to
Bonnacon.
say, what kind of lesson do you learn from the Bonnacon?
No, there is no moral attached to the
Jalapeno's
Bonnacon.
bad.
It serves more as a source of humor. So
Well, if it was horse size, I'm still going back to the 8 couches thing. That's a big horse. Unless the couches were really, really little and they only covered a little bit of the couch.
You're really hung up on
I
this.
know.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. That's the one thing that's really sticking out in my head is I know how big a couch is, but my expertise brings me to know how big a couch is.
What does that even mean?
Anyway, but it would be a huge animal. So the couches had to be they made more like benches back in the day. Maybe just the top of the bench. I don't know, but still 8. That's a lot.
Also, one thing I did want to point out: the quote that we've been working off of came from Pliny the Elder.
Great beer.
Well, you stole that one from me, but the
No, I just said it was a great beer.
Right.
It's actually one of the best beers on the planet.
right.
But
Russian River.
Yep.
But the Pliny the Elder was a Roman statesman, philosopher, historian, all of that, and so he's very, very well respected. This isn't just some random dude that we found his writing.
Right. Like the beer.
And this is like you said, the whole he wrote the encyclopedia, or what the basis of the encyclopedia was. But
Right.
this guy has a lot of street cred for what he did in ancient Rome. So
Just like the beer.
so it's a lot of credibility for this passage.
yeah. And if you
Right. Hey, I mean, Pliny would be proud. You sticking up for him.
Yeah.
All right.
and if you couldn't find Pliny the Elder, which is a very difficult beer to find, you get Pliny the Younger,
Right.
which is the next one down.
Right.
Right.
But-
Right. It's still very, very good.
I've
But
had twice I've had the ability to have Pliny the Elder.
What'd you
and
think?
It is amazing.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah. It's a great West Coast IPA. If you ever have a chance, it's worth it.
It's worth it. Anyway.
So,
Dave, man, when you drink Slava, you can't stop talking.
Yeah.
When I drink heavily, I can't stop talking.
Okay.
A later bestiary changed its location from ancient Greece to Asia. And this is in quotes as well.
Oh. Dave's giving the science fact figure.
Did you want to do it?
Well, just the did you look up what they mean by Asia?
No.
Because this
I
is
didn't
not
look.
what we think of as Asia.
Oh, okay, go for it.
So this is Asia Minor, which is actually the southern half of Turkey. It's the extension of the peninsula from it. We're not talking like Far East or anything like that.
Right.
This is still in the general region.
Okay.
So we talked about from Pliny, it was in northern Greece. If you go around the peninsula, you're into Turkey, which was the area of Gaul. And then south of that was Asia and Asia Minor.
Okay,
So all in the same region here.
got it.
Hell yeah, Dave.
Yeah.
Listen, he's so smart.
In Asia, and
Oh, just wait till later in the episode. I'm sure that'll change.
Just wait till a Halloween trivia episode when I remember none of this.
Is that what's happening? You're making up for your performance at the trivia that you.
Hey, he did well. That was a rigged game. Anyway.
Alicia, back to you.
in Asia, an animal is found which men call Bonnacon. It has the head of a bull, and thereafter its whole body is of the size of a bull's with the maned neck of a horse. Its horns are convoluted, curling back on themselves in such a way that if anyone comes up against it, he is not harmed. But the protection which its forehead...
Denies
I'm sorry.
this monster is furnished by its bowels.
Yep.
Wow, he really brought that
Yeah.
home. Nice. I feel like you would be able to do a face-off with this creature and then just kind of just jump on it
Oh,
because
wait, there's another
There's more.
paragraph to this.
There's more.
I know.
Oh, this is the
There's
best
more.
part.
I know.
Okay, hold on.
For when it turns to flee, it discharges fumes from the excrement of its belly over a distance of 3 acres.
I hear
3
you.
acres.
I hear
The
you on
heat
that
of
one.
which sets fire to anything it touches. In this way, it drives off its pursuers with its harmful excrement.
Now that's crop dusting.
Yeah, that's a 100% crop dusting.
I feel like the Bonnacon was here 10 minutes ago crop dusting.
No, you went outside.
No, you did. That was pretty nice of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, there's even an alternate translation to the Latin second family bestiary, which says that it isn't poop, but rather it emits a fart 3 acres long which I just said, to discourage its pursuers.
That would work.
Images in some bestiaries even show hunters with their heads turned away from it and even covering their nose in disgust to block out the horrible smell of the animal's gas.
Okay, so I'm going to bring up a solid point
Here
on
we
this
go.
because it should be both, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you're at the best of times, not at the best, at the worst of times, sometimes, occasionally, it happens when you least expect it, you go to drop one, no one's around, you're in your car, or you're at a casino or something like that, and you go to fart, nobody's around, and something else comes. That's why the word shart exists, okay? So I believe that the both
You
would
think a
be
Bonnacon is
sharting.
Is a sharter?
Yeah, he could be a farter at heart, but every once in a while, that level of pushing and velocity, you get a little extra.
And that is from an expert, I
I'm
assume.
telling-
telling you, the whole casino part, like that sounds very
Let's
specific.
just drop that.
There's a story there.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it can happen. It can happen. And when you're in a large place, so you don't know people, and you've had a bunch of drinks, you know, things could happen that just stay in Vegas. Okay.
Well, they didn't because you're kind of
Right.
telling us right now.
Yeah.
Because then you got on a plane and brought it home.
But if you start a new regimen of coconut oil or MCT oil, and you're on your way to work, driving to work, you're like, la di di da, oh, have a little toot, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my, that's just something else showed up. I need
feel like
to turn
we got
around and
some
go
life
home.
lessons going on.
I need to go
here,
back
everybody.
home, and I'm saying about MCT oil, just be careful with it. That's all. Da-na-na-na. The more you know.
Wow. So,
Alicia, back to you.
yeah. what I loved about this topic was looking at all the images depicting.
Oh,
the
they're
Bonnacon.
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. The hunters that were in all the bestiaries, like just their
like,
reactions.
You imagine they're running after him like full force and just being like, hit with like a wall of stank.
Right? So if you're the dude, like, spear, we only have a couple. Spears, shields, which one do you want? Like, you take the shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. And why were they running after this creature?
Well,
He was giant. I mean, imagine it could feed
That's a lot of couches.
town.
according to Marvelous Things Heard, its flesh is sweet, so maybe it's
Right.
yummy. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah. Okay.
But
In the pictures, he didn't look that big. It looked like the size of a horse.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
Well, that's the artist. That's the fault of the artist. All right? If he couldn't get the size
Yeah.
right.
right.
Because if it's as big to cover 8 couches, I mean, to think of that thing opening up and spraying at you, you could put a football through there.
so the hunters feet.
Okay. I never thought we would discuss the size of the orifice.
I'm just
Why? Why, Nash?
because it's shooting all this stuff out of it. It's shooting it out. I think it would be like, I don't know. It's. I would love to see. I wouldn't love to see. I would be interested to see. Yeah. Whoa.
Well, we just learned what Nash
that
is
has just
into.
got to be an amazing thing. They have the control that creature would have over what it could do is next level.
Okay.
The evidence of that would be scary to look at. Like a horror
Back
movie.
to Alicia.
And Alicia,
Okay.
what
Yeah. So, lots of times the hunter's feet, they would face away from the Bonnacon in some of the images, as if they were ready to run away.
Right.
In other representations, the Bonnacon is depicted with its, and this is in quotes, head low and a downturned lip of shame.
Or a smirk. Full of mischief as it shoots its fiery fury at the hunters.
Well, there was a line from the group Two Live Crew that matches up a little bit. The very beginning of it. I won't give the second half of that line, but it says face down, bleep up. That's the way. Anyway, we'll just stop right there.
Okay.
But I'm thinking that's what I envision when I see that the Bonnacon is like looking down and smirking because he's in full like mortar cane and stance.
FDAU.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So besides the images that I was looking at, which I just found
Right.
lovely, I also came across a Tarrasque.
Yes.
A Tarrasque?
Yes. In the book Life of St. Martha, written between 1187 and 1212, Martha arrived in, I think, Tarascon, France, and heard that the people were being terrorized by a huge dragon that lived in a forest beside the Rhone, so the river. It would kill people trying to cross the river. And this is in quotes.
That sucked.
It was fatter than an ox, larger than a horse, with a lion's face and head, teeth as sharp as swords, a horse's mane, its back as sharp as an axe, bristling and piercing scales, 6 feet with bear's claws, a serpent's tail, and a shell on either side like a tortoise.
Like Chimera almost, but kind of a jacked up one.
This was
How did you... I don't want to ask. I'm just moving on.
Okay. This was the Tarrasque. It's the offspring of a Bonnacon and a Leviathan.
The Leviathan.
Yeah. So the people...
From underwater Leviathan?
yeah. From the Bible, really.
Okay, there's a
but-
lot of logistics.
Yeah.
that I have
Right,
questions
exactly.
About. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The people asked her for help with this creature. So she went and she found it in the forest, and it was eating a man.
As you do.
She threw holy water on it and showed it her wooden cross. Sorry. I couldn't
Is that what they're calling it these days?
I tried to do that a couple of
Well,
times and it didn't go well.
Just wait. So the beast stood really quiet, like it couldn't move.
That's the normal reaction.
And she bound it with her girdle.
Wow.
And then she brought it back, and the townspeople, they slaughtered it with spears and stones. Anyway,
Wow. Jeez. That story had a sad ending.
I know. But, so, yeah.
Yeah, so definitely curious how the actual creation of this offspring worked. But in D&D parlance,
It's got to be like witchcraft or something like that, or some ritual to combine them.
Well,
because
even if the Leviathan and the Bonnacon are very compatible, they're different species and different regions, like water versus land. And the Leviathan is still really big, even if the Bonnacon is big. It's not.
Well, keep in mind that it had
No, there's no documentation, Nash.
That's true.
On the size
That's
of
true.
the
That's true.
orifice.
Yeah, that's true.
But going back, in D&D parlance, the Tarrasque is the one of two of the strongest creatures in the monster manual. Challenge rating 30, and this thing just basically goes and destroys everything. It is almost impossible to kill. So basically,
Not really. I mean, she just showed her the wood. She showed her the creature. It's her wooden cross, and that was it.
Yeah.
right? Well,
And threw holy water.
you
Threw holy
don't-
water.
beat her with a
doesn't
glass of
work.
water.
And in
And then
D&D,
bound it with her
it's-
girdle.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Dave, that was easy. It's easy to kill that thing.
We gotta notate this so when next time we're playing, and if it's a Tarrasque that shows up, it'd be like, oh, I have a girdle.
Girdle, wooden cross, holy water,
And a glass of water.
Boom.
So in the definition, those don't work. So
No?
don't try those
Okay.
unless you want to be done. So
Okay.
The more you know.
Dave
also
got kill
from,
fun.
from that account, in that case, the Bonnacon is located in Gaul. So if you remember earlier when I was talking about Asia, Gaul is northern Turkey. So now we have northern Greece, northern Turkey, southern Greece as the locations of all of this.
So if Russia attacked Turkey from behind, would Greece help?
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to edit that out.
I know.
I know it's a nationality thing, I guess.
You make Dave's laughing so hard. There's no sound coming out, but he's laughing so hard. Nobody laugh at that.
Right.
Stop it. Stop it now.
So
Back to the show.
let's just keep going here. Now, obviously, there's no hard evidence of the existence of the Bonnacon,
Don't point at me, Nash.
but it may actually be a creature based on a real animal. The name Bonnacon is derived from the Greek word bonasos, which means bison. And it is
Okay.
suggested that maybe it was a species of bison that lived there. My question, for obvious reasons here, is what did they come in contact with, and how sick was this creature for this to be the description that is handed down over the ages?
Well,
You
and
know?
I was actually looking at the images of these things, and I got to tell you, I mean, the painted image is only like a 2D image, but the way it was described, it what from the side, it's a side view. It's,
The painted image was only a 2D.
yeah, I'm just saying. But the description. When I hear the description, other than the horns, I'm being, oh my gosh. Other than,
I was expecting virtual reality.
I'm like spinning it in VR.
The Devo artists were lame.
I didn't even know what it felt like to be covered in this.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that the description, other than the horns, was a bison, like what you know, Tatanka, good old
Yeah.
Tatanka from that's what I visualize when I read the description of this animal.
Okay.
Buffalo, bison, the whole 9 yards.
Well, Lish,
Well, I came across a YouTube video of this guy, and he was saying, I think the title of it was "What to Do When You Meet a Bonnacon."
What were you watching? That's
Well, it
What
was
to
YouTube.
do when you
When you meet a
YouTube.
Bonnacon. Yeah.
okay.
Uh,
I
he basically was like, the Bonnacon is a peaceful animal as long as you are not hunting it. So he said you need to wear protection if you're hunting it, or just leave it alone.
right.
So, yeah.
So I don't know. Did anybody find Bonnacon in pop culture, current pop culture, entertainment, anything like that? So
No, Mark found Bonnacon, but that was a totally
Yeah, that's a whole different
So-
thing.
Yeah.
So it exists in Final Fantasy XI as an enemy creature.
Okay.
You can run into this, and it actually looks a lot scarier than it does in the pictures, and it actually will charge you apparently. So that's
backwards.
no. From the
Because it
front.
still has the ram horns. They're
Right.
just, they're
Yeah,
just
I mean, you get hit with somebody's skull, it's going to hurt.
If
even
it's the
they have
size of a
horns or not.
bison,
I'm just saying, if a giant bison-like creature is charging me, but in reverse,
Right.
that's even more terrifying.
Right, yeah. But the other place, this actually wasn't mentioned anywhere, but I don't know if anybody's ever played Castle Crashers.
I have not.
It's a great little Xbox Live game based on I forget where the storyline came from. It's somebody out there is probably going to know this, but in there, when you encounter a deer, they're sitting there eating, and if you scare them or the enemies scare them, they will immediately start spraying feces, which catch on fire. They light fire, and they like go screaming off the screen like they have afterburners going. And
I know the feeling.
this, like, as soon as I heard about this creature, that's immediately what my thought went to. This is more deer than it is bison. But if anybody's played that game, tell me that this does not look like the same concept here, that there was an inspiration here.
I'm wondering if you're running, if you're this creature and you're fleeing a knight who's trying to kill you, you know, he's got his sword, his shield, the whole 9 yards, and he's kind of on your six. He's coming up. That this not only would deter the knight from getting you, but also be a source of propulsion that would give you a little boost from the weight loss from the stuff coming out, and because it's coming out of
Kind of like it's got to hit the nitro,
it's a little nitro button that is in these
Fast and the
creatures.
Furious.
Yeah, that he picks up and they're like,
Bonnacon's like, it's all about family.
Oh my God.
you know, and then you could just hit the nitro button and douse the guy in poop, you know, burning him. Is it a fire burn or is it like an acid
Do you
burn?
know how long it would take to get out of your armor? Or if you were in chainmail to get out of all the nooks and crannies of chain.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's done at that point.
And you bring up a good point, because I've seen it both ways, that it's both this thing lights the poop on fire,
Yeah.
but that the poop is actually caustic acid.
I would think it would be
burns.
acid,
Yeah.
like stomach acids that
Yeah.
shoot out of it.
The Aberdeen bestiary, it notes that the heat of the excrement is so strong that it sets fire to anything it encounters. So, but I've also seen like it's almost like acidic or whatever.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
now, there are creatures that we live with every single day that maybe, or maybe they're not, descendants of the Bonnacon, that they have similar attributes, right?
yeah, just not as intense, I think.
Your dog, Roman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking of a skunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, their spray can go at least a mile.
Right.
So
Yeah, and it's super chemically. If you actually
Yeah.
get sprayed, it's horrific.
Yeah, no, the one dog got sprayed last year and was terrible.
Yeah, it was horrible. The musk oxen, its urinate
Right.
its urine is so strong, it marks its territory. Like it's really smelly.
Like it just had asparagus.
Yeah, I mean there's stink bugs, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm walking past it.
And chewable. and Flintstone chewables. Man, they do it.
I don't want to know about that.
And then I just learned this: bats, a pungent odor that smells like rotten eggs, called musth.
Must.
Spell it for us.
musth. Musth.
M-U-S. Must.
It comes from the nose and mouth when it's about to mate.
What how far Batman takes his whole persona.
Wow. Something that comes, it's a
A lot
snot.
of sulfur.
That's a lot of
It's
drool and
rotten
snot.
eggs. Yeah, it comes out of its nose and mouth.
But I like you a lot on Batman. Don't mind my snot.
And that's pretty much all I have for the Bonnacon. I do have some miscellaneous things, but not. Well, okay, there's
This
a.
whole episode was
I
miscellaneous.
know. There is a beer made by One Trick Pony.
Dave, you probably had it.
It's called the Bonnacon,
I don't know. Let me
and
look
it's
it
an
up.
Irish dry stout,
Ooh, that sounds
7%.
good.
Yeah,
I love dry stouts.
Which smells like horrendous. Don't smell this beer.
yeah.
Oh, is that why they would name it the Bonnacon? Like, that's not a great name for a beer if you know the
Maybe it came out
if you know
Yeah.
the backstory of the Bonnacon.
It's a stout?
Yeah,
wonder if
it's
it's
an
like
Irish dry stout.
I wonder if it's like a-
7%.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like a farmhouse stout or something like that. So it's just stinky.
Yeah, I have not had this.
Okay.
That's a shocker.
But Yeah, I would love to.
You've really hurt us in this respect, Dave. You are a resource for drinking beer. And
Yes.
many different beers.
Yes.
No, and apparently there's a band called Year of the Bonnacon, but I don't think they actually sing about the Bonnacon. They sing about other things, but I just like it. Some of their music's good.
Just think about the hot dogs made from that thing.
Well, how did you get there?
Well, because hot dogs are made from lips and,
Lips and buttholes.
Yeah. Well, if it was a Bonnacon,
That's why I don't
You'd have hot dogs for years.
really tough hot dogs. A lot of them.
Spicy.
Yeah,
It's a Chicago dog.
That's right. It's a street dog from Chicago.
Kevin J, thanks. Thanks,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. See what happens when you make a suggestion in our Facebook group? This is what you get. All right, we're going to take a
back to
quick break.
burn you.
What's up, Science Dave?
If you make a suggestion in our Facebook group, it comes back to burn you.
Nice.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're coming back with listener feedback, a listener paranormal story, and I think we actually going to, somebody made up D&D stats for the Bonnacon.
Yep.
We're going to have a battle royale, and we'll see who survives the Bonnacon.
Yep.
We'll be right back. And we're back. The Bonnacon. What an interesting topic.
Yeah.
All right. Let's jump into listener feedback, listener story. First, I'll start off with a shout out to our new patrons, Lee and Stacy. Welcome to the club.
Thank you. Welcome. Great episode to start with. This is perfect.
Yeah.
Well, this is not a Patreon. This is
Well, yeah, I know, but they just joined us, so this would be their first episode after joining us.
Well, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. And the first one after the joining us is the one we talked about: giant flaming poops.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, that set the tone for this scary story from Stacy, our new patron. And I think you guys are going to love this. It's pretty intense. All right. Hi, guys. Right off the bat, let me say sorry for the length of this story and feedback. I've been listening to you guys for a long time. Quite a while back, I even offered to buy you guys beer if you kicked out more episodes. You guys just laughed about how much that would cost me. Well, unfortunately, I went through a divorce and things were complicated and I didn't get to listen to you for a while.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
That sucks.
So now that I have things back on track, I'm back listening. Plus, I can finally buy you that beer by subscribing to your Patreon.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. On to the juicy stuff. Oh, Stacy, thank you so much for joining the Patreon and for listening. Back to his story. Before I tell you my story, it's important to know a little about my background. I've been investigating the paranormal since the late 80s. I've investigated some of the hottest locations, not only in the U.S., but also in Europe. I've been touched, grabbed, pushed, and scratched by spirits. I've had doors slammed not only in front of me, but up against me. I heard disembodied voices, saw shadows moving, watched items move by themselves, and have captured thousands of EVPs. All of that didn't scare me. I can walk into a supposed haunted location by myself and not be afraid. The paranormal doesn't scare me. Well, it didn't used to anyway. A team member and I went on a road trip into Nebraska, mapping our new location for us to investigate. We happened to find a haunted museum in the middle of Plattsmouth named the Museum of Shadows. We decided to stop and check it out. The place was 3 stories full of supposedly haunted items. The main floor had basic items and a doll named Ada that they had a video of it moving by itself in its glass box.
Oh, no.
No.
Right after that.
The upstairs had a lot of children's toys and quite a few clowns. The basement was where they kept the items they called negative. Within the basement was a smaller area that was circled off with a salt line. So we walked around and checked things out. We did hear movement in the basement, but besides that, there wasn't really anything too crazy. As we were about to leave, the person working there asked if we would like to try a sit challenge. He explained you can pick an area, go there, and then turn off the lights. And you try to sit for 10 minutes. I decided I would go for it. After all, the paranormal doesn't scare me. I picked the area inside the salt line. This was their satanic section, as they named it.
Oh, no.
I went in, sat down, and the associate handed me a flashlight. He said if he gets too scared or if I give up, simply turn on the flashlight and they will turn on the lights and come get me. I waited I waited, and as soon as the lights went out, I said, "Is there anyone here that would like to talk?" That's my regular investigating first question. At that point, I heard in my right ear, "Yes."
Oh, God.
Flashlight on. Flashlight on. Flashlight on.
I could feel the hot breath on my ear. At that point, the investigator inside me kicked in, and I proceeded with my next question. Well, who would you like to talk about? Something about that voice had me terrified. I was literally shaking. It was at that point I realized I really didn't want to hear the voice again and regretted asking the second question. I spent the rest of the 10 minutes looking down at the floor, or at least trying, as it was pitch black. When we left the museum, we took turns smudging each other to make sure nothing followed us. That same night, we had an investigation at the Beetle Mansion, and I was still so messed up that I refused to leave the control room. I spent the entire evening watching the monitors and didn't investigate at all. Needless to say, I didn't sleep that night. The fear is gone now, and I'm not afraid of the paranormal. Well, let's just say that I'm mostly not afraid. By the way, I checked online and it appears that museum is no longer in Plattsmouth, but is now in Omaha. Keep up the good work. And not to inflate Nash's ego, Eddie, but Pudding Skin FTW.
For the win.
Thanks, Stacy. And yeah, I mean, somebody whispered, "Yes, me," in your ear.
I'd be
Nah.
out. I'd be out. That's
No.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's intense.
Super intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just go right to the bar.
Wow. So I wonder. I mean, that
Just gastropubs.
that basement has got to be all thin pudding skin, all through there. Oh my gosh.
We heard from BK. Hey, guys. I haven't forgotten about Nash's dislike of the classic Twister.
Oh God, I got nauseous there. Oh,
And still have not gotten over it, so I'll just leave this here to rub it in his face.
oh God, it makes me nauseous.
And it's a post from uprocks.com. Twister reportedly getting sequel called, that's right, Twister.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm having a Bonnacon movie moment.
What
here.
are you trying to...
A Bonnacon?
A Bonnacon. I'm having a Bonnacon moment here. Oh
pooping
my,
yourself? You're
Oh
sharting?
my gosh. I'm going to call it Twisters.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
We heard from Asphalt Cowboy. I found this podcast to be very educational and fun. I think he might have left the...
That's not us. That's not us.
The stories sound well-researched.
Again.
Wow.
They suck you in and hold your attention. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
I definitely recommend it to anyone. All jokes aside, Asphalt Cowboy, thank you so much for
thank you.
listening and dropping that review.
Yeah, thank you very
I
much.
appreciate that. You might want you'll probably change it after this episode comes out, but whatever. It's all good. Something Perplexing podcast, guys. Your shout out and encouragement in the first steps on our podcast journey meant so much, and led to our recent little feature. You guys are the best. Something Perplexing podcast. Thank you.
Nice.
I'm glad we gave you some encouragement and
Help
they
you
were
along the
on
way.
they were on episode of Inside. Was it SoFlo, Southern Florida? doing a video talking about this haunted place. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
that's
awesome.
great.
Keep up the great work. Go check them out. Something Perplexing Podcast. These next couple comments are all related to our Halloween special.
All right.
We heard from JM. Time to crack open a beer or 3 and settle in. Looking forward to this one. Love your stuff, so keep up the stellar work. Regards from New Zealand.
Wow.
That was on our video special. I hope everybody checked out the video. Do so because
Yeah.
we want to make more videos, but if you're not watching it, probably won't make them.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was before watching the video. Was there any feedback after?
Nope, he went
watching?
silent. Yep.
Then I'm so sorry.
But Alberto did not go silent. Alberto dropped a comment. Dave, let me down.
Yep.
I was screaming in my truck for Dave to say the correct answers, and he didn't listen to me. Team Pudding Skin over Team Hollow Earth from now on.
That's right, baby. Yes. Yes.
Or Team Alicia,
Well, whatever.
since he always gets everything right.
Yeah.
And then Paul J. from Saturday Adventures dropped a comment. At first, I thought Alicia was asking questions that were way too difficult. Then she started asking.
I agree.
Then she started asking easy questions, and you guys were still getting them wrong. I almost crashed my car this morning. I was laughing so hard. The Bridgewater Triangle question wasn't difficult, though. Not difficult at all. And I did reply to Paul saying, like, hey, you got 3 cameras on you. You got all the lights. It was the beer, obviously. But you know what? I
Yes,
like to
it
see
was the beer.
you got the cameras and the lights on you
Yeah.
in a garage.
Right.
You know, you might get the nerves kicked
Yep.
in. I know that's all that happened to Dave, right?
Right.
We were nervous. We didn't really, we weren't connecting the dots, even though that I knew Mantis Man
Right.
was going to be one of the answers.
But you didn't answer.
But I
it.
didn't answer. I was nervous. I was under duress.
Quite honestly,
That's not what duress means.
the one movie question is what I'm so disappointed about with my performance. And what was the name of that movie? I just forgot it again. Galaxy Quest.
Oh, Galaxy
Yeah.
Quest. Yeah.
I love that movie. I feel like we just watched it a few months ago, and I just, for some reason, went blank.
And the Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah, but I'm okay with not knowing that one necessarily.
The fact that I knew that one is still boggling my mind.
All right. Hey, thanks for sending us feedback. Go to ParanormalPunchers.com. You'll find all the ways to contact us and join our Facebook group because that's apparently where great suggestions for episodes come from. Kevin J.
I actually
all
have
right.
one more.
Wait, what?
I have one more. So while I was hanging out at our favorite brewery, second favorite brewery, tied favorite brewery, whatever you want to call it.
Mill Whistle in South Carolina.
Yes.
Okay.
It came up that we may need to do an investigation
Oh, really?
because there's a grandson who might be seeing things right now that, including figures in a graveyard, random cats and cows in the house.
Aliens.
Wait, you seeing cows in the house?
Yes. So
What?
Ghost cows.
this
Oh, I'm in.
sounds
Let's do
awesome.
it.
Like there is so much to investigate here.
And you don't want to name drop.
I don't want to name drop right now, but
Okay. So somebody needs the help of Paranormal Punchers.
yes,
Oh, boy.
and I think we should come to the call, do an investigation.
Da-na-na,
Yeah.
da-na-na, da-na-na,
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, you had me at ghost cows.
Right.
Oh my God, yes.
All right. I guess
Let's do it.
it's time to suit up.
Oh,
I mean, or whenever they want us to come over.
Right.
Yeah, I'm investigating ghost cows.
Oh yeah. Any day of the
Heck
week.
yeah.
That'd be awesome.
are ghost cats?
No, and we definitely don't want any attachments. I'm not taking home a ghost cat.
No.
No cats.
Would you take home a ghost cow?
I'd
That actually might be
cat
fun.
home.
I think cows are cool.
Right.
As long as it doesn't take a poo on the floor.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It might be all the best things that are in a cat,
Right.
just without all the negative things. So you wouldn't have a cat litter. You wouldn't have to feed it. It would just show you some love and purr for you and curl up on your lap.
I like
Or
it.
like your cat, poop in the sink.
Well, that happens too. But who knows?
Speaking of poop,
Yep.
we're going to end this episode in classic classy style that we are with D&D Battle.
Uh-oh.
All right, so I am going to DM this. I am in control of the Bonnacon.
Okay.
You three are medieval soldiers dressed in chainmail. Is that what we decided? Sure. Chainmail armed with a spear, because that's how all the paintings are.
Okay.
All right, you guys ready? So,
Yep.
I, the Bonnacon, am just in the field munching on some grass, doing very Bonnacon-like things, minding my own business. You guys come sneaking up from the south.
Okay.
Well, hold on. If you're in the field, we would then, if we're role-playing against the Bonnacon and heard stories of how to deal with this creature, we wouldn't just all be in the three. We would actually maybe plan
You
ahead.
heard no stories because there's no podcast in medieval times.
Okay.
And getting your hands, like, actually, your character, Nash, is
So we're
medieval
hunting.
times. You actually can't read, so you know nothing about Bonnacon.
That's true.
You
Okay.
saw cool pictures,
Yeah.
and you're like, so what I heard, Dave, is you can drink 3 pints out of their horns. So that's where your character's at.
Okay. Okay.
You're coming up from the south.
And being that they're similar to bison,
Yeah.
the eyes are on the side of the head, which means they've got basically a 360 view. Doesn't matter what direction we're coming
Yeah.
from, they can see us coming.
Okay. All right.
So you guys are now within 30 feet. Bonnacon's still eating grass at this point.
Okay.
What are you doing?
All right. So I think what we should do is one of us should throw a spear ahead of this creature, stick it in the ground if we can, so that it rushes to us, while the other two are laying and waiting covert style. What do you think?
Well, it's not moving yet.
Yep. It would be a surprise attack.
Okay. But I feel like if we can just walk slowly up to it, it might not think there's anything.
Like farmers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
so-
we're not going to harm it.
Maybe
but
we grab some
are.
tall grass, like we're going to feed it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I said you're approaching from the south,
From its south?
yes. You're coming up. You're coming up. It's eating. You can see is behind.
We're coming up from ass end.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the person who throws the spear supposed to do then?
Yeah.
Well, I actually like Alicia's plan better. Let's approach calmly and
Okay.
with some grass, try to lure it to us.
Right.
I like that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So let's do that. So we approach. We're going to grab some grass, some tall grass from the area, because we can see that it's eating grass, and we're going to be like, "Here you go," you know, the little kissy noise.
Okay.
You know.
So who's doing that?
I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll be the kissy noise, and try to lure it. Here you go, big guy. Here you go. Got a little.
When you do that, here you go, big guy. You completely startle and freak this creature out, and it just launches a hoof at your face.
Okay.
Oh.
So 11 plus 8 is 19. So that's a hit. So
We all have
that
AC
is-
17 in case anybody's following along at home.
So that is 10-sided dice, right? Where's my 10-sided dice? There it is. 4 for 10 damage, Nash,
Oh, so that hurts.
with a plus 5 hit. So that is 15 damage to your character.
so that hurt.
And
That hurt.
now you're all in battle. So we're going
But
to roll
it's-
initiative for groups.
But it is now facing us.
facing you.
Yeah. Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh.
Not against me.
This is initiative?
This is initiative. It doesn't matter at this point.
It doesn't matter. Well, if we roll the same, we could...
So Bonnacon gets to go first. Did anybody beat a 20?
No, I got a 19 though.
Okay.
So we'll do Alicia, me, Dave. What did you
Yeah.
get? What did you get?
a 5.
Yeah, I got a 17.
All right.
So
So
just
he
hold
that was one hoof to Nash. He's just going to repeat second shot. 8 plus 8 is only 16.
that's a miss.
It's a miss. Alicia, it's your turn.
All right. Well, while he's being distracted by kicking
Yep.
Nash,
In the face.
I'm going to. Am I close enough to stab it, or do I have to throw?
Was it-
You can make he went up first, but you're close enough to run up and stab.
Okay, I'm going to run up and stab then.
Okay.
Ooh, I got a perfect 20.
Clearly, it's a hit.
Yep. All right. Oh.
That sucks.
What a waste
Roll
of
that again. There you
So
go.
6,
Plus
and
3.
then we said plus 3, correct? Okay.
9 damage.
Yep,
Okay.
9 damage.
Nice. Nash?
All right. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Come on. Show me the love. 17 to hit.
That is a miss.
Oh, that is a miss. Okay. Well, there you go.
Okay.
Dave?
16.
That is a miss.
What's the AC on this guy? Oh, my
So
goodness.
it's the Bonnacon's turn.
Yep.
So, Lish, you just stabbed him.
Yep.
That scares the heck out of him, and he pivots his butthole towards you.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And he's going to unleash the cone of hot manure.
Oh, no.
Let's see. It is a 30-foot cone, so I'm assuming, Dave, you're probably in there. Nash, I think you're okay because you're at the head of the bull.
Yeah.
So, but Alicia and Dave, I need you to,
Uh-oh.
Roll for poop.
roll a dex savings throw.
Plus 2.
Oh.
We have plus 2 on dex.
Ooh, 21.
18.
All right, you both made your savings throw. That's incredible. So you're going to take half of what I'm about to roll.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it's going to take a little bit to roll.
I say just take the number.
So
The
let's
number
see.
there.
2 plus 5 is 7. 8 plus 6, 14. Plus 6,
20.
20. Plus 2, 22. Plus 7, 29 points of damage.
Ouch.
Half of that. Half of that.
So
half
just
of that is
half.
14.
That,
Okay.
yeah, half of that. Bummer. I wanted all of that.
Yeah.
All right. That was my turn. Lish.
All right. Well, I'm going to stab him again.
Well, Dave, did you go? You did.
I did. I missed.
All right. So it's 14 plus
3.
3. Okay. So 17.
Miss.
Ah, bummer.
I'm going to circle around because it's now facing away from Alicia towards me, right?
It's butts at her.
Yeah.
So its head's still at you.
All right.
So you're going to move around to the backside?
No. I got a 6 plus 3, 9. That's a miss.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Got a 19.
Ooh.
That is a hit.
Nice. For 9 damage.
9. Okay.
9.
9. All right. Oh, my turn. So let's see. Alicia, you're behind me.
Yep.
You just took the cone
Yep.
of hot manure. It's going to do a hoof kick to your
Okay.
face.
Okay.
And that is 17.
That is our
Yep.
AC, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Okay. Dude, where's my dice? 6, 3, 9 plus 5. 14 damage.
Okay. So I'm at 28. No?
Yep.
14 plus 14. So,
Right. Off of 40.
right.
So, yeah. So you have 12 hit points left.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is,
Awesome.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's my turn. I'm going to return the favor. Stab him. Oh, that's not going to work.
Nope.
Is it a 1?
No, it's an 8, though.
Okay.
So,
It's a miss.
All right. So I'm gonna as it's focused on Alicia doing the hoof kick and the manure release, I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna jump on its back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to wrangle him in, kind of like rodeo him in.
All right. So first, let's roll to see if you can jump on its back.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Nope.
So I jump, I just not at the creature.
Yeah. You jump, try to get on its back, and immediately just bucked off. So now you're laying on the ground in some of the hot manure
Okay.
boy.
that was sprayed at Alicia.
Okay. All right. So on
Dave?
to.
It's a miss.
Oh man,
Wow.
this is not going well.
No.
All right. So
Did
my
we think
turn.
it was going to go well?
Dave, you're also now you're all kind of at the backside of this because you got kicked off its back.
Yep.
Right.
The Bonnacon's gonna go forward maybe 10 feet and blast all of you with a cone of hot manure. With a natty 20.
That's a clear miss.
That is double damage. That is also probably the end of a few of the players at this table.
Well,
Well-
didn't we have to roll AC?
Yeah.
Oh,
AC,
yeah.
Dex,
So I hit.
I'm at 19, so.
That's a bummer.
I got a. Oh my gosh, it's so small. 18.
I missed. I got a 3.
All right. So Dave takes full damage. You two take half. Okay, here we go.
I only
Dave,
have
you keeping
12
track of
left,
this?
so.
Yep.
9. Plus 3 is 12.
12.
Plus 1, 13. Plus 9,
22.
22. Plus 2,
24.
plus 2,
26.
and plus 3.
26. 29. So half of that.
No, not for Dave.
Not for Dave.
You're right.
But
So
for
I
me.
take 29, and I'm dead.
Dave's dead. You guys take half of that, but I'm like, Lisha, that's close to you.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yep.
So
You done?
Yeah.
I'm still standing.
I'm dead.
All right, Nash.
It's you and me, Bonnacon.
you and me.
All right.
It's your turn.
All right. So I'm going to try to jump on him once again.
Okay.
But I'm going for I'm leaping from behind, jumping on top of him.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
Okay. So he can't see me doing this because he's right facing.
Yeah,
me.
no, yeah. He just blasted.
It's a 16.
All right, you make it on top of his back.
Okay.
You grab the horns,
It's a really teeny tiny 16.
Yeah.
I should.
but I'm going to need you. Once you get on top of his back,
Okay.
the Bonnacon's like, "Roar," whatever they sound like.
Okay.
He's going to buck. I need to see if you could stay on.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to try to buck you off.
Welcome to my game. Yes. Oh, I got another 18. Look at that.
Oh, you stay on.
I got an 18. All right, I got an 18.
All right, it's your turn.
So I'm going to take my spear and I'm going to drive it right
Oh,
down.
you could have made best friends with it and rode off into the sunset, but we're going to kill it?
I'm
Okay.
going to drive it right down in the back of the skull, right where the sweet spot is.
All right, roll with advantage since he can't do much about.
Oh, God.
Whoa.
It's an advantage. It's advantage. It's advantage.
I was a 1. I should never said you had advantage.
Oh, look at that. Plus 3 is a 21.
That's a hit.
Woo! Okay.
Wow.
All right. Now it's back of the skull, so it should be a brain shot.
It wasn't a 20.
For 5 plus 3, 8 damage.
Okay,
And I'm on the creature.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to buck you off again.
Oh,
Roll to see if you can hold on.
oh, baby. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, that is
good. That's
a
no good.
natty one.
That's no good.
You go flying off this bull in the direction behind him in the hot manure, land next to your dead compadres.
Okay.
First off, roll fall damage, so that'd be 1. Just roll the d6. You're taking this much damage. You rolled a 1.
Nice. Nice.
All right. That stinks. All right.
Was that, and it's my turn again, right?
It's your turn again.
All right. Here we go. So I'm going to jump back on him.
You're prone.
I'm prone. Okay. So I
Just
got
takes
to.
half movement to stand up.
Okay. So half my movement to stand up, and then I'm just going to attack him.
Backseat DMing.
I'm going to throw my spear, and I'm shooting for the bung.
All right. All right.
Shooting for the bung, baby.
We're clogging that.
We're clogging it right up. We're clogging that
Okay.
hole right up.
Oh, boy.
11 plus 3 is 14.
No.
You miss
Okay.
the circumference.
Okay. All right. So now I'm like, here we go. Here we go.
My
Come on.
dead body looks up. How did you even do that?
Yeah, now you're also without a spear.
I'm without a spear.
You just threw it at his backside, so
Doesn't
I have one move. It's called the Cone of Hot Manure.
Yeah.
And I'm just... Oh, I don't even need to roll. You need to roll.
So I get hit with it.
What'd you roll?
A 9 plus dex, whatever.
Right. So it'd be 11.
And that's a fail. So here you're going to take all of this damage. Dave, ready to calculate?
Yep.
Here we go. 1, 3,
4,
Oh, 10. 7.
17,
7.
24,
4.
28,
1.
29,
4.
He's dead.
33. No, I had 14, 15 off.
A 40.
Yes.
Because you just took all of that.
Oh, yeah. So I'm
Yes.
dead. I'm covered in manure,
Yep.
Boom.
and I'm dead. That's just
Covered
it.
in manure. The Bonnacon walks over, hovers over the Nash's knight, whatever you were, and proceeds to just gore it with his hooves until there's nothing but just, well, blood and guts
And poop.
and poop. And the Bonnacon
Takes the day.
walks into the sunset.
Just like that. Goes back to eating grass.
And there you have it, everyone. Paranormal Punchers D&D exclusive.
Oh boy.
Nash, I will.
If I would have
Yeah.
hit that spear shot, that would have been awesome.
I was like, all right, depending on what he rolls, this could be the end.
Yeah, that's right.
If you got a 20, you definitely nailed it right up. Yeah. And
I don't want
was
you to
gonna
ever
give it to
say,
you.
I don't want to ever hear you say that sentence ever again.
What? Up the or hey Nash, roll a 20.
If you roll a 20, you got it right up there. But
Oh boy.
I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. Hope we made you laugh. We made your day better. Thank you for listening to the show and supporting us. And you're awesome. And hey, anything else before we sign off? Alicia,
No.
Nash.
just everybody be warned that the bonacho with extra jalapenos will do this for you.
Dave.
Nope, nothing.
And remember, if it's not poop,
It's not.
please
We're
don't
checking
answer
out.
that. Oh my God.